making Jurassic Park.
All right, now I have to say this was pretty gosh darned entertaining. And because we're bold young millennials and future leaders of tomorrow down here at wozeroff.com, and rats, look at that, I think I spelled millennials wrong. No matter. We took in RedBull's Crashed Ice event this weekend on its Edmonton stop, the last stop in its globe-spanning tour that's seen ice-cross downhill world championships stopping in cities from Finland to France to the US and Canada. In fact, the race was in Le Sarre, Quebec before bringing the action to Edmonton, its final stop of this tour. And I'll confess I wasn't familiar with the sport before we attended the Edmonton event, but it isn't too hard to get your brain around the concept. It's a downhill skate race over a course that looks pretty extreme. The skaters go off in heats of up to 4 at a time and rocket down this hill here. First one to the finish line wins. Sounds straightforward enough, right? But it's easier said than done when you're traveling at speeds of up to 80 kilometers an hour, apparently. No question this qualifies as an extreme sport, friends, and I have nothing but respect for the athletes who made it to the Edmonton final round. Incidentally, the overall winners were crowned here Saturday night, and American skater Amanda Trunzo took the honors in the women's division, and Canada's Scott Croxall won the men's. The full results can be seen here on RedBull's Crashed Ice page, and they've got a lot of good footage and a lot of good camera angles, so check them out by all means. Now, it wasn't just about the races, of course. This was a full-on get out and enjoy the spectacle of downtown E-Town, where the streets around the Shaw Centre were closed off and people marched down Grierson Hill to a site filled with a really decent crowd and an awesome elevated course that was erected for the skaters. Now here at wozeroff.com, we took an even bigger interest in this event because this is the first year that Hyundai Motors has partnered with RedBull for the Crashed Ice show, and the Korean manufacturer is using the extreme sport to showcase a couple of their more extreme vehicles, the newest generation of pumped-up Velosters. These 3-door hatchbacks are being groomed for rally sport with the introduction of the 2019 Veloster Turbo and their halo hatch, the Veloster N. The Turbo was up on display at street level, showing off for the crowd with a sporty leather-clad interior and a matte paint job called Shooting Star. And you'll be able to get a closer look at the Shooting Star paint job at the Calgary Auto Show this week. That's where this one is headed after this event concludes. The Turbo boasts 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, and I'm told it will be available with a manual transmission as well. But the monster Veloster, the N, was strictly on display at the Crashed Ice show. Here it is up on a pedestal in front of one of the first drops on the ice course, looking all sporty, and when it hits the streets and showrooms, this car will really be bringing the performance. It's packed with a 2-liter turbocharged engine pushing 275 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, riding on an electronically controlled suspension and offering a selection of driving modes tuned for track performance. It's got distinctive body sculpting and detailing to differentiate this top-of-the-line model from the Turbo and the other members of the Veloster lineup, and the N won't be available until later this year, so this is our first look at it. And we'll be hoping to take a little drive in this monster when it arrives, so we made sure to suck up to Hyundai's corporate communications professionals while we were on site for the Crashed Ice races from the comfortable vantage point of the indoor lounge area over the Shaw Centre. Oh, and on a less adrenalizing, but perhaps more practical note, Hyundai had their newest urban-oriented utility vehicle on hand as well. Here's a 2018 Kona at their display in downtown Edmonton. Now, if you're like me, gentle viewer, you probably realize that while you may want the Veloster, the Kona is the one that perhaps makes a better case for purchase with its all-round everyday vehicle for all seasons abilities. And that's about that. Now, having seen this year's Crashed Ice competition, I'm a fan, and having seen Edmonton's support for the event and the good time had by everyone I met there, I bet the event's sponsors and promoters are fans of our fine city too. Thanks as always for watching. Please feel free to check out the website and our other YouTube videos. Have an excellent day.